but
keeps your tongue
we were
warm,
going
though.
4 or 5.
Still a whole chunk, and my body just is like, I think my body is starting to fight back because I wasn't getting that fucked up over the weekend.
Because you do them every night and you do little amounts. You got to go deep.
You got to get in there, bro.
1,800 by yourself.
Yeah, you got to get your bowels high, Lee.
Ain't 800. 800 don't do nothing for nobody.
Yes, it does.
That's an appetizer in your world.
And first of all, no, I was doing over 1,000.
No, you weren't.
I was
I
too.
know you.
You got to get your bowels high, bro. I want your shit to be scared.
so
That's
funny.
how high you got to get.
It's so funny. We were having a conversation before the podcast started about, about this is it. Like, I guarantee there's a lot of people today walking around with an ice pack on their head going, what the fuck happened 2 nights ago?
Yeah.
Like, I went out to get 2 drinks and I ended up blowing 4 guys. And my asshole shut. You don't know what realm you get into, and when we spoke today, right off the bat, you were like, listen, dog, I'm trying to keep my life together. I'm a young dude. I'm good looking. I don't want to fade away, so I've been behaving myself. Was your main thing alcohol, and then you went crazy?
Yeah, I mean, well, I just ended up getting I ended up getting into drugs usually sometimes at night.
But drugs without the alcohol, or alcohol had to soften you up first?
I think I would just, that's a good question, man. Alcohol has never been a thing for me. I never cared about alcohol. I just, once people started having cocaine around, I just kind of like the smell of it. You know what I'm saying, bro?
What about meth? Nothing else up your nose?
Oh, no, nothing like that, dude.
Like that.
We used to do back in the day, some dude came through the neighborhood, I remember, with some kind of, I don't know what, LSD suppository, some kind of suppositories, dude. People were doing, it was like just putting these like little, they were kind of, I don't want to say pink, they were kind of reddish looking little fucking throwing rainbow treats up your ass.
It's not manly enough if it's pink.
I mean, it was, and people was doing LSD suppositories. This dude had I remember he probably had about 400 of them. I don't know where he got them from, Germany or somewhere, Iceland or something. And to us, that was like, they got them from Saturn. We never even heard of that. Germany, we'll fucking do this. And people were doing acid, or whatever it was, doing the suppositories, I remember, for a while. So I liked psychedelics a little bit when I was younger. And what else, dude? And then, but out here, I don't know what happened, man. I just had a couple of crazy nights. And then I was like, I'm going to try something different, man. So I just decided I'm going to stop partying. So now I got about 6 months. I've been sober since last time I walked out of here, I went over to the Improv and did a set high on mushrooms, and they were flicking the lights on stage, bro. I still have it on video, man. I'll put it out. I'll put it out for your for your Legion.
How old are you now?
36, man. I'm an adult.
It's tough to say to yourself, this is it. You have those nights, and like we were saying, you've had a spectacular night in my world. Like where I came from, that's a spectacular night.
Oh, yeah.
Getting in a cab, going for blow. Then the guy hooks you up with a chick. You fuck the chick in the cab.
No, he did.
Oh, he fucked her in the cab. Oh, no, this is craziness. Now, what time did this night end?
Dude, so what happened with that night was, let me revamp it for you. So what happened was, I went to a party, bro, and I didn't even plan on drinking.
Now, you're in New York doing comedy.
I'm in New York City. Yep, I'm in New York City. Yep, I was doing comedy. I had a sublet there. I was just kind of experiencing the city. We talked once or twice when I was there, and I was enjoying it, man. It was good. And then I went to a party one night, and afterwards, they were drinking at the party. And I just felt uncomfortable, dude. To be honest, man, most of my life I have felt uncomfortable, bro. I don't know what it is. Like in a lot of environments, I just feel uncomfortable, bro.
Out of place?
Out of place,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
You feel that ever?
All the time.
What do you mean ever? There's more times that I feel in place. That's the weird times. But it's like, my girlfriend and I were just talking about it because we stayed in on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But seeing the shots of Times Square and seeing the shots of the clubs, maybe I should have done something a little bit more social. But that is not. I'd rather be in a box than in a club. That would feel so uncomfortable there. Like a New Year's Eve club, that's not me at all.
Well, you don't see in a club too. They show you the picture. You don't see people getting fucking molested in the background and people, But at least light a candle or something for your lady. Do you do anything?
Oh well, yeah. Well, Joey's gonna make fun of me. We went away the weekend before. We went to Long Beach. As funny as it sounds.
dude took a trip to Long Beach, dude.
I don't know.
Probably to pick up rent, right?
This is amazing. This is just amazing.
So anyway, bro, I can't even get what that was it. You took your girl to a fucking Long
No, she
Beach?
took me. She took me.
Jesus Christ, bro.
But then we just decided to come home because it was raining.
Because it was raining.
Yeah, what are we gonna sit in someone else's apartment on New Year's Eve down in Long Beach when I have a nicer apartment up here?
Bro, what the fuck?
It's a horror show. I tried, and I keep
It
losing
sounds like The
them.
Notebook.
I'm losing them by the month.
It sounds like the
I
Notebook
sit
for
here
two
and I
people
go,
on
this
Down
is-
syndrome.
No,
bro.
this was something that when he told me, I go, what? Now, when he told me, I thought they were going to leave Friday night, go to a hotel like
Yeah.
normal Americans, right?
Yeah,
Wake up in the morning, get a little room service, gives her a stabbing,
yeah.
take a walk down, come back, smoke a joint, eat a Star, maybe about 6, take it to a nice fucking restaurant, 6, 7 o'clock sitting, dog. So you're out of there by 9:30, you take it back to the apartment, give it straight up, eat 3 more Stars and watch some stupid movie. I thought that's what he was doing.
America.
I got a call from him Thursday at lunchtime. So yeah, we're about to leave. I go, leave where? Long Beach. I almost shot myself in the fucking head. I go, this kid can't be this stupid. And then that night I went out to dinner. I had to do a set last week, and I had 2 hours to kill. I told my wife, don't even make dinner. I'm going to eat dinner in Hollywood. There's no sense in me coming back.
Yeah.
I did a set for Penn State. So I had 2 hours to kill, so I went to Chibo. That's one of my favorite places.
Is it a
in
good
Hollywood.
place? I never even been there. I see it.
I don't eat the pizza. I don't eat none of that shit. I get the salad. It's delicious. The minute, whatever salad, and the Big Mama spaghetti with no meat. Just pasta with sauce and they got cheese. And they
good?
give you a small serving. It's always been good. I've been eating there for fucking years.
Wow.
And that's what I eat. I go there 3 times a year, dog. If I'm lucky, I got 3 times to drive by. I got an hour here.
Yeah.
I got an audition. I plan it. I go, okay. I got an hour and a half. I might as well go to fucking
Chibo today.
Chibo's, and I get excited. you know?
Yeah.
I sit next to a guy. I go to the bar and I see the bartender. And he's an old door guy from the Improv. We start chit chatting. 2 things down from me is a guy from Emerson College. And right away, I got to ask him. I had to ask him, what do they teach you up there? Because I know a guy from Emerson College. And I don't know. I'm not sure anymore. I go, I hired him because I thought he was sharper than I was. But lately, he's been slipping. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
And that was Lee?
That was Lee. Wow. He went to Long Beach Thursday afternoon for New Year's. Now, I could see it. Like I said, Friday after all the traffic is the... Nah, here's the best one. Here's the best one out of all of them. I call him Thursday night, or he calls me. We're talking in the conversation. And all of a sudden he goes, yeah, we Airbnb'd. I go, you're not even in a fucking hotel with like a fucking elliptical that you can go to the elliptical. You've been home all week with her, and now you go down there for 2 more fucking nights with her to do nothing, to look at each other and eat cookies and shit.
At a stranger's
And
apartment.
watch really bad TV in a stranger's apartment. This was something that I
You're
was like,
squatters, bro.
I don't know. Like
You're
what?
fucking squatters,
When he
dude.
called me Saturday and told me he was coming back, I wanted to tell him, just GPS the car through the ocean to the Santa Monica Pier and take the car right off the fucking pier and end it. Because it ain't getting no better in your life. He went away to Long Beach, and every morning when I woke up since that, today there was a burglary in Long Beach where the guy shot the burglar. He shot the burglar every day. I woke up, and that morning, all I was waiting
You
for...
were praying for it to be like Lee's
No,
apartment?
like to see Lee fucking shot in the head. Like Lee got hit by a car coming with a box of wings. They got poor girlfriend on the thing. I don't know what happened. The guy didn't stop at a red light.
The saddest part is
Who the fuck goes to Long Beach for
I don't know,
vacation?
okay.
Lee used to treat himself to a nice night at Chibo at the bar. And now a few years later, he's finally got a girl.
No, that wasn't me. He was at Chibo that night and he was thinking about me.
Because the guy was from Emerson. I had to ask him, what do they teach you there? Do they teach you anything? Or what the fuck do you have to eat there?
I'll be honest. Okay, this was we couldn't fly anywhere. We didn't have enough time, so this is what she chose. But we actually had a good time. The fucking aquarium in Queen Mary are fucking awesome when you're stoned as fuck. But this is what I did want to talk to you guys
28
about.
years old. You see what I got to deal with?
Airbnb
The aquarium.
is it feels like squat. Like it was the weirdest experience of my life.
They let you touch any animals? They got the petting zoo in there?
Yeah. Well, at the aquarium, yeah. But at the, I thought you were talking about the apartment for a second.
No, not at the Airbnb, dude. You fucking like petting other roommates.
Like there's roaches in the apartment.
You massaging other roommates.
No, thank God there weren't roommates.
This guy. Imagine if there was a roommate. He takes his lady out.
No, it's a horror show.
Yeah.
I live in a fucking world between him and my wife. I'm not gonna make it to 56. I'm not gonna make it to. I just spent 4 weeks in that house with my wife.
Wow.
It's a torture chamber. It's a fucking house of horrors. I love it with all my heart.
It's a torture chamber.
What's the worst part? Like, what's the worst part? Honestly,
it being 9:30
in the morning
at night, and just sitting there, not having a spot because I don't want to be at the store every night, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I don't need to be at the store every night. There's young guys coming up. I know how I felt when I was coming up, and I had shit to do. And there's some old guy that's coming down. I'm good enough. 2 spots a week, I'm good. This week I'm doing Thursday. Tomorrow night I'll do flappers. If I get out jiu-jitsu early Wednesday, I'll pop into someplace. But, you know, I got a gig Friday. I'm fucking good. I'm not working on nothing. I'm just do a couple bits together, finding my new fucking voice, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when you travel, it breaks the monotony up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And I was home for 4 fucking weeks. And it was the holidays, and one of those weeks the baby was home all week. That's tough.
Baby's off of school?
All week. 1 week vacation.
What did the
And
baby...
it rained 3 of those days. You know what I'm saying? So she wanted to ride the bicycle.
That's like a triple threat of. So do parents hate
The truth of the matter is that I'm a dud. I've always been a dud. You know, Lee says that he feels uncomfortable out. I'll tell you where I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable in a bar where the bartender's a good-looking woman in 1924.
Yeah.
She still has tits. She wears push-up bras. She's got freckles on her tits. She's got a sense of humor. The bar seats 20. She serves some fucking food in there that's kick-ass. There's a jukebox. There's music. You know what? At this age, I don't want a fucking pool table.
Yeah.
And I don't want a dartboard. I don't want a lot of movement. I never like movement.
Yeah.
Sit down, have a fucking beer, and talk to me if you want to do this. If you're going to be moving around, go somewhere else. Shoot
Yeah.
pool and arguments, and I can't walk. This guy's throwing a fucking dart at me. You know, I just want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to do. That's my ideal bar. And to be strictly honest with you, since the age of 16, that was always my ideal bar. Once we started going out to those discos, I've said it once, I've said it before. My wife asked me on the ride home the other day from dinner, we were listening to Studio 54 on Sirius XM, and she goes, so you used to go disco dancing? I go, are you crazy? I was a kid when that shit came out.
Yeah.
I go, when I was in high school, I could put a handful of time when I went to clubs. I went to studio, but I went to studio in 84. There was nothing going on in the studio no more. It was a Thursday night.
84?
Yeah, I was going to Club Aria like twice. I went to like the Rooftop 4, 5, 6 times. But I was never a club guy, bro.
Yeah.
Look at me. I knew who the fuck I was. I belonged to a neighborhood bar with a bartender named Lila.
Yeah.
She had a dog behind the bar. The dog slept the whole fucking time. And that's the bar I grew up in, Joe and Mary's. They had a little circular biscuit thing, like a a bakery thing in the middle, and it would have a cover, and in the middle there was ham and cheese sandwiches.
Oh, that's
cut in half.
beautiful.
So if you want a sandwich, you just went over and got it. They had Stewart sandwiches, and next to it was a don't cook tonight called Chicken Delight. It was a Chick-a-Fil, not Chick-fil-A. This is when chicken was chicken, and one of the kids we hung with was the fucking cook. So at the end of the shift, he'd come over to the bar with a box of chicken from the leftover chicken for the whole fucking night. It was, and you had a tab, and the guy that ran the place was a loan shark. So if you fucking needed to buy an 8-ball, you could borrow 300 from him on the spot. I still own 8,000 from 1980 fucking 2. You know, I never thought. The first time I went to Vegas, dog, I knew it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I just always felt very insecure in those places. Always. Still do.
Yeah, that's how I felt,
Still
man.
do. And I always had an excuse in my head on why I felt insecure. When I was younger, it was that I wasn't good looking enough and I'm a criminal. These people are all nice people. these are the environment I want to hang with, and these people don't want to hang with me. You
Yeah.
know? And when I got to a certain age, I was too old. And then now I'm like, I just feel like I'm playing out fucking pervert.
Yeah.
Like I remember being 25 and seeing like 50-year-old guys, thinking, why is this fucking guy here?
This dude's a pervert.
Lee is a sweetheart. I've seen Lee at a bar.
No, I could tell he's a gentleman.
Lee wants to go to a bar and watch a football game and have a bucket of wings. And he wants to yell maybe a little bit. He doesn't want nobody close to him yelling. He doesn't want nobody. Lee will pay $3 extra just to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to sit in the
Lee's
white
all right.
section.
Lee
Yeah.
wouldn't do good in Studio 54.
No.
Lee, what's he going to do? Have one drink? People are trying to talk to him. I never liked going to a place where the music was loud. That's where you lose Uncle Joey.
Yeah.
If I can't talk to you the way we're talking now, I don't want to be
I'm
in
lost.
this, dog. I'm lost, you know?
Yeah, see, that's the same as for me, man. But I would, for some reason, I kept making excuses that made me, like, less than, you know? So, like, oh, it's my fault that I don't fit in here. Instead of just being like, oh, this isn't my environment, you know?
Now, why didn't you feel it was your environment? Where
I just felt like
you
you
feel
said.
older?
No, I felt like, you know, like these people were rich, or these people were better than me, or these people, I'm kind of a bit of a miscreant, you know. I grew up on the other side of the tracks, and these people.
But they don't know it. Like, that's the thing I always thought. Because my whole thing comes from, like, I've always been chubby and short. You're, like, a tall, in shape, good-looking dude. I'd look at you, and I think there's nothing wrong in his life at all. Like, there's no way he's self-conscious about anything.
Well, that's
Now,
where
are
both
you-
wrong, man. I look at you, and I think this guy's fucking
What environment?
got it all.
What
you know?
environment do you feel comfortable in?
Just a more real environment, a more just calm, just an
10
environment.
people, 50 people, 100 people.
Yeah, as long as, I can feel okay in 10, 50. When it gets to be a little more than that, sometimes it's just too much. But when the music's loud and I can't communicate with people, then that's where I start to feel uncomfortable.
That's my end. That's my fucking
But I
end.
kept going back. I kept thinking there was something wrong with me, that the environment was okay. But it wasn't, man. And that's what happened that night. I went to this club, and they had a party for my friend's fashion line. And then I got in this taxi after this girl gets in with me. I left early because I was going to be on Opie and Jim Norton. This when Opie and Jim were still together. And this beautiful girl gets in the taxi with me, this Asian girl. And she just started talking about the night. She said that she had fun at the party, but that her boyfriend wasn't in town. Then she goes, her boyfriend's never in town. Then she's like, what happens in taxis stays in taxis, right? That's what she said. So I'm thinking, fuck yeah, you know, like, she wants me to make a move on her. So I make a move, shut me down. And I don't know if that's what made me feel weird after that or whatever, but the taxi dropped her off after that. And then it was just me and the driver, bro. And this dude spoke another language, you know, something fucking fancy, you know, something that could play soccer, you know, like this dude fucking, you know, like this dude was betting on fucking foreign soccer games on his phone for sure, you know. And he said, I thought he said drugs, dude, and I just said cocaine. That's what I said. And next thing you know, we're in North Harlem. He bought some cocaine for us. He comes back in the car. We're doing cocaine. And then he's like, I got a gift for you. I got a gift, you know. And I thought it was going to be, you know, I grew up in like a troubled area. I thought it was going to be his dick, you know. Like, I'm, you know, that's what I was expecting anyway. And then a prostitute knocks on the door, you know. This lady gets in, and I think it was a man, honestly, in hindsight. She had these big sunglasses on, kind of a man's face that was under the sunglasses.
Do you have cocktails in you at this point?
Yeah, had a couple tequilas, dude, and so now we're partying, bro. Me and the driver were first partying for about an hour. Dude, I got so high, I remember thinking, where is the driver? That's how fucking high I was. And he was sitting next to me doing cocaine.
Yeah, at what point does this become not a taxi cab ride? Like, when does the meter get turned off? Like, this
Oh,
is
the
such a
meter's
weird-
going, bro. The meter's at about 270, bro.
No.
So he's got to fucking be positive because I'm paying for this experience, bro. So then, dude, this hooker gets in. She had kind of long hair, huge sunglasses, covered about 60% of her face. And the 40% of her face you could see, to me, looked like a man's face, right? Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just, like, if I were on a game show and it was like, guess 40% of this person's face, I would have guessed man first, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, look like a man's face, you know? or it looked like a woman had just shaved recently. That's what it looked like, you know. So anyway, we're all getting high together, and the hooker starts making advances towards me, bro. This sounds ridiculous. And I got out of the car, man. I felt uncomfortable, dude. So then,
Did you like slide?
You don't
over?
understand. In my world, I'm thinking you're a Louisiana boy in fucking Harlem. No shit do you feel out of place. I feel out of place there, but no. I always felt comfortable in North Harlem.
yeah.
Right, I know that neighborhood where you're at. You know what I'm saying? You're not in the Bronx yet. Right? You're not in the Bronx
I don't know
yet.
where we're at.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. I
don't know where we're at, dude.
Was it dark?
It was a dark
Dark,
neighborhood.
that's all that matters, yeah. You ain't having a good time if you're not in the dark neighborhood at one
bro.
part of the night.
I was raised in one. I know when I'm
Oh,
back.
my God.
You know, I know when I'm back.
Now, what time is all this going down?
It's about 3:30.
All right, so what
it's
time?
late.
So you walk out of the cab. Where are you now? You getting another cab?
No, I'm in the street. Luigi comes out after me. That's the dude I was partying with the driver. And dude, you know what's crazy is he had even one of the lights in the taxi wouldn't go off, and he made like this little paper mache thing and put it over the light, bro. Like this dude was, I mean, I don't think he was a homosexual, but this dude was about the most romantic fucking cab driver I've ever spent time with, dude. And dude, it was more romantic in that taxi than it was at your fucking Airbnb, bro. That's the saddest part. So, dude, I get out. He comes out after me. He made me give him $100, right? And I gave him the 100 because I was a little scared at this point. And I'm thinking he's going to pay the hooker and she'll go. But then I look back over there a minute later. And they're kissing on each other's necks. He's spending my 100 with this hooker, dude. He fucking just got this 100 out of me, bro.
Wait, so your taxi driver bullied you into buying him a hooker?
No, he owed him money anyway. But right away he took the money. Luigi took the money and said, "Hold on 5 minutes.
And invested it.
Let me go get $20 worth off this hooker."
He took that money and reinvested it in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And look, I respect hookers, man. Like, you know, I've been through some tough nights, man.
Not in fucking North Harlem.
All right, but still, man.
I don't give a fuck.
I respect women that are out there if they got to be out there selling their
No,
bodies.
I don't have nothing
Right.
against that.
I know you don't.
But in North Harlem, you ain't getting into nothing good. You understand
You
me?
keep saying North Harlem. Are there
Harlem,
different parts?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like East Harlem.
Listen,
okay.
all I know
It
is
was north.
I used to go to Harlem to buy coke, and I'd see women out there, and dog, let me tell you something. It's an illusion.
Yeah.
It's an illusion. First of all, 4 out of 10 of them got bigger dicks than you.
Oh, damn. Lee.
4 out of 10 of those chicks.
We don't like those
in
odds.
those days. It was, you got to remember, up in Harlem in those days, the Bronx, it was open fucking corral. And in the 90s, the Russians came.
Oh, yeah.
And I never saw it, but I had friends tell me you go to Queens and there'd be 6-foot Russian blondes with leopard miniskirts that you give them 300 just to eat their assholes. They were that hot.
Wow.
Like hot, banging. Like they took over, so all the other ones, the crack hoes disappeared.
Yeah.
All that, you know. But in those days, even when I got in trouble with my buddy, you know, Dodger, and we were going over there, those hookers, yeah, those city rat
Oh, they're
hookers in
fighters.
those days, you had that takes a certain nerve.
Yeah, a lot of them work at the Popeyes during the daytime.
No, they don't work. They're at the clinic in
Really?
the daytime
Oh, damn.
getting blood transfusions.
Dude, we used to have this lady Victoria, Miss Victoria. in our neighborhood, bro. You could pull up, bro. You could eat her ass for like $40, right? She'd sit in your car window, dude. Just basically put her ass in your fucking car window like a fucking to-go box, you know? You could, if you had somebody driving, you could even have them drive the block, and she would just sit in there like a little side item, bro. But so this dude Luigi, I give him the 100. He gets back in the car. They're making out. I'm kind of pissed, dude. I don't want to bring that negative energy back into the car, right? So I deal with my feelings out in the street for a minute, kind of process through that.
Why don't you want to bring negative feelings back into the car?
Just because I'm already really extremely high, man. I'm under the influence of cocaine. It's almost 4 a.m. And I don't know these people that well. And I still need to get home. And for some reason at this point, I feel like Luigi is responsible to get me home, right? So I get back in the front seat, right? And they're hooking up in the back, a little blowjob. Like it's getting wild, you know? And I want to still do cocaine, you know? But I don't want to interrupt them, dude. So I remember trying to quietly do cocaine in the front seat, just like fucking, like the softest little inhale you could do.
Were you watching them at any point?
Yes, dude. I was definitely listening hard. You know?
Did you stink?
I mean, no,
it's like cologne.
Dude.
Like, all you smell is like cologne. Like when you walk in the middle of them, all you smell is like fucking heavy duty perfume covering
I'm
up.
trying to remember. She smelled like violence to me and tattoos. She was a tough lady or man. I mean, I thought she was a man. The face looked like a man's face to me, but she had big sunglasses on. She could have been one of those taller Vietnamese people that kind of look black at night, you know? So we're in there, and now I'm in the car, and I'm trying to quietly do cocaine, dude. Like, just like a fucking, just like just doing it in like an installment. It's like I had a bump on layaway.
Why did you have to be
just
polite? They're back there fucking. Why can't you just?
Because there's something wrong with me where I sacrifice other people. Like, I just feel like I got to be considerate at all times. I don't want to interrupt them, dude. I guess. I don't know, man. I was fucked up, bro. So they're partying. At one point, I remember even turning my head back and just dumping cocaine quietly into the top of my nose, like this. just as quiet as I could be. And a cop goes by, dude. Cop goes by. I get scared. I tell Luigi I'm scared, bro. He don't give a fuck, dude. This is when I realized like he didn't care about me as much as I cared about him, I guess. And he's like, you drive. And that's when I got in the driver's seat. And I drove, man. I drove us about 1.5 miles, dude. I don't even know where I was, dude. And then I pulled over because a voice in my head, bro. First, a voice in my head is like, dude, at least it was like, you're out here, bro. You're high. You know, you're doing cocaine. But at least you're making money, you know? Like I was working, like I was the cab driver. And that's when, like, dude, my brain's fucked up. Like, this ain't my cab. You know, I got to pay for this. And then my brain was like, you don't have a commercial driver's license. And that's what got me to pull over, dude. That technicality that if a cop stopped me that I wouldn't have one. And I pulled over. I got another taxi, got back to my hotel room, finished doing my cocaine. And I had to be on Opie and Jim Norton that morning. And it's 5:30 now, dude. I took 3 showers, bro, in 10 minutes. Right?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Did you pay Luigi, or did you just kind of get out and just get into another camp?
We ended up in a little bit of an argument at the end. I left $100 on the car seat and yelled adios at him really loud, bro. I don't even know if he spoke Spanish, dude. I'm just screaming adios at him and this fucking hooker who had the smallest tits I've ever seen, bro. Looked like a man's chest. But then I go to Opie and Jim, dude, and the other guest for the day is Daryl Strawberry. And I could not even feel my face, dude. I couldn't even think. And that's when I was like, this is a bad look. You know? I couldn't even talk. They were asking me questions, dude, and I couldn't even, like, I couldn't feel my face. All my thoughts was coming out of my neck. Like, I was running on neck thoughts, dude. I'm fucking thinking with my neck, bro. So I fucking sat there for 3 hours, bro. Just roasting. Now I know how you feel, kind of, Lee. I just sat there just boiling in my own fucking drug-induced bullshit. And then I fucking left, bro. And I'm halfway on the walk over there, I realized I had on fucking sweatpants with jeans over them, bro. Horrible. That's like a catheter outfit. Like if you might be getting a catheter and you might have to stay overnight.
Theo Von, I'm sitting here because I'm like, this people like Lee, that he's a sweetheart. I wish to God Lee never does a drug. He would never do a drug. But for some people, some experiences like that experience.
Yeah.
To wake up on Opie, because you basically woke up on Opie and Jimmy, and you're coming down off the juice. You're not paranoid, but you can't talk either. You're in that stage.
I was scared.
Yeah. You're in that stage of fucking, why the fuck am I even here? It's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here going, I remember doing that 10,000 times.
Oh.
Not being in a cab with a hooker, but when you said Harlem, when I was growing up, I had a friend and he had a girlfriend. He was about 7 years older than me. He's dead now, God rest his soul. But he had a girlfriend dog who was fucking banging.
Wow.
And I saw her naked once when I was like 18. That shit stayed with me.
Ooh.
That was jerk off material for like 6 months. I go ahead, I disappear, I do my thing. I go to Colorado, I do a little time. I'm back in Jersey in 93. And I reconnect with a friend of mine. And he goes, what are you doing tonight? I go, nothing. What do you want to do? He goes, let's go out. Meet me at Teaneck at this, I forget the name of the place. It's a popular place for that age group, and I went there, met him about 7.
Teaneck?
Yeah, Teaneck, Tenafly. Is it Teaneck? It's Artist Cafe, something like that. Mm-hmm. Something like very chic, so a lot of kids from my neighborhood thought, as they got older, they went there for a few drinks. At this time, I'm 31 years old. I'm doing comedy. Already. I'm not getting nowhere with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking on no doors and shit, but I'm doing fucking comedy. And I hook up with them, and at the time, I'm a fucking fiend. It's 35 a gram on 178th Street.
Damn.
25 if you want it clean. You know what I'm saying? I go in there and get 3 right off the bat, Jack. Bam! This shit was glass. On aluminum foil, and they give you a blast when you walked in.
Oh, that's beautiful.
They sat you down. They go, what do you want to do? And you go, I don't know. Let me taste the 35. And then, what do you want to do? You want to taste the 25? And you go there, and then they walk you out to the door, and you'd walk back to your car, and the cops were paid for, and it put you back out on, not Amsterdam, but one of those streets under the bridge.
Yeah.
And then, rule number 1, you took the Lincoln Tunnel back. Get a fucking hot dog, roll a joint. These idiots that would get back on the George Washington Bridge, they had spotters.
Right.
They just seen you go over. They'd pull you over, now they confiscate your fucking car. You have to give it to them, because if not, they're going to bring the dog, and they're going to get you anyway.
Right.
So don't fuck with them.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? It was hardcore.
Damn.
So I went over there first. That was my automatic first stop of the night. And I had it down to a science in those days. Sometimes I'd walk over and take the bus back. Same difference. What were we going to say?
You'd be high on that bus, though, huh?
No, I wouldn't do. Oh, yeah.
You wait till you get home.
No, I'd do that little blast that he'd give me, and by the time I got to the bus, I'd be coming down like a little bit, like.
But how? Theo was saying that he felt uncomfortable there his first time. Do you remember how you felt the first couple times you went there before it became old hat? Like, were you freaked out, or was it already at that point?
Since my mom had a dry cleaner in the Bronx.
Probably in your system.
Yes, and my mom had a bar in Union City, and my mom had a bar in Harlem at a young age. It's in my system.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine take me over once to the city, and when I got back in the car, he goes, it's amazing how you blended right in. He goes, you knew the walk. I knew those first 10 years of my life. I lived in New York City. Those first 7 years of my life in this country,
yeah.
I lived in New York City. I went to school in the heart of New York City.
Yeah.
I went to school on 89th Street, PS 166, from K1 to fucking 3rd grade. Then I went to Catholic school in Jersey. But all that time, I got the patois of the city.
Yeah.
My mom was actually